Hello. Oh, we are live. This is interesting. Close this. Hello. I haven't done this in a while. I am streaming right now on both Instagram and YouTube. I just wanted to come on for a few minutes. Wow. This is very interesting. Um, hello. I wanted to come on and talk to my friends about freedom and creativity. Let me just make sure. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. So, like I said, I'm on both Instagram and YouTube, and I am managing the board. So this is very different for me. Um, oh gosh. Let me just start out by asking you if you felt the impact of last week's solar eclipse, because I sure did. I felt like I was getting very deep cleaning. I had to sleep a lot. Um, it was really powerful, and I think people felt it. I know even people that don't like listen to astrology, you can feel when you're dealing with people what's happening for them. So I really felt it last week. I wasn't on at all. I didn't do any posts at all. I'm going to be looking back and forth between Instagram and YouTube. So this is going to be interesting. It's very much alive. Um, yeah. And it was also Easter in the United States. And I suppose it was Passover too. There was a lot of emotions that came up. I know for me, regarding family and friends and myself, and you know, and I'm wondering how you guys were feeling. Um, it was very powerful, and we've got a solar eclipse next Monday, so get ready for that one. Um, hi, let me wave to somebody who's on. Uh, okay, so with that said, so that's why I was missing in action last week. I just had to take care of my body, had to take care of myself. I have a series of tools that I use that I've collected, especially over the last 10 or 15 years. And I was pulling everything out of the box last week. And ultimately, there was just a lot of sleeping going on. So, but then if you've followed me, you know my backstory. My husband passed away suddenly only a few years ago. So, I mean, it's only my second year uh, as a widow. So, I'm going to give myself a break and set a good example by giving myself a break and also take care of my body. So, anyway, so I started coming out of this experience last couple days and was looking for, as I'm always looking for, what did I learn? What are the silver linings? What do I want to share with others and see if they felt it too, so that so that we know we're not alone. We are never alone, in these experiences. And what always comes out of this, for me, what always comes out of this, and I'm wondering if this is true for you too, is in the middle of all this, the importance of freedom. Freedom. Not ju- I've been talking about for the last couple of these recordings about masculine and feminine energy and how we're in a very profound evolutionary phase right now where we're finally understanding that we are made up of both a feminine principle, which is the receptive and creative principle, right? And it's not has nothing to do with gender. No, not at all. Um, But we are made up of feminine and masculine energy being the mind and the action principle. And as you start to play with that in your life and watch, because what it means is for thousands of years, we've been ignoring our feelings. Thousands of years. We have whole cultures and institutions based upon ignoring our feelings and only paying attention to your mind. And we are now evolving out of that because in order to be whole and happy and healthy, we have to recognize both the feminine and the masculine energies. And so the subject of freedom comes up. And it's not just freedom for you or for me, it's freedom for everybody. Freedom to be able to choose what direction to go in, freedom. It gets tricky, because we usually think of freedom. We've been trained for hundreds of years to think of freedom as fighting against something, pushing pushing away, fighting away something. And that's part of the learning curve. But what I realize more and more, and I'm living more and more, is that freedom is moving towards what you want. That's what it really is moving towards what you want. And it's the act of preference or advocacy. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to just sort of dip this into this emerging conversation that I find myself compelled to come back to you and speak to you about um, my own process as a teacher and a coach, longtime spiritual practitioner, um, musician, songwriter, artist, creative, but also a widow. That really cracked me open. You know, I mean, for example, as you can imagine, I was pretty upset when my husband left the planet. Wasn't expected, kind of sudden, pretty mad. See, I believe that we are making choices about our entrance and our exit at deep, profound levels, at deep spiritual levels. And my husband did too. I'll get to that eventually. But there was a part there where the very human, fragile part of me struggled with, his freedom to decide to leave. So I feel like ex- I guess I'm asking you if you're noticing, if you're looking at freedom differently, and if you feel, especially now, God, there's so much energy swirling. Planets are moving to positions, and there's pressure, and there's energy. What are you going to do with that? So one thing to do is look at how are you looking at freedom? You know, do you feel free? Do you feel like you need to push against things? Do you allow other people to have freedom? Oh, sometimes that is really a challenge, right? Especially if, oh, yeah, I could talk all day about this. But anyway, I just wanted to get back in the flow with something worth letting your heart, your feminine energy talk to you about, feel through that, feeling about freedom. Because ultimately, if I wrap back to our basic discussion about feeling, feminine energy, masculine energy, which is the action principle, and realizing that for centuries we've been suppressing, as a species, suppressing our emotions. And that's our actual guidance. That's our source of freedom. And now everything in nature and the planets are asking us to look at this. It's worth kind of just letting that steep like a teapot. So anyway, uh, much love, sending you much love, and hope that you're doing well. Feel free to leave comments or DM me because we are living in staggeringly beautiful times, but also there's challenge, and I feel it, and I bet you feel it too. So so much love. Mwah, 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 mwah. Now let's see if I can figure if I can get out of this easily. Have a great day.